We're here in Jönköping for DreamHack Summer, DreamHack Open Summer. That's the new name, I guess. We're here with Maniac, who just came out from the flip side match. It was the first overtime of the tournament in the second, right in the second match of the day. But first, I actually wanted to talk to you about you dropping out of Star Series finals, and you mentioned that the problems that you have with work and balancing with the official matches, and that's the reason for you dropping out of the finals. So I imagine it's you've already considered dropping out from work and just focusing on CS, just basically solely focusing on CS. Why didn't you, basically? That's my question now that CSGO has gotten so big.
Well, as you say, CSGO has become incredibly big and interesting. The fact is, I am finishing my master degree right now. I'm in the last semester, so of course I just wanted to achieve it, like finish my master, and then I will see. Also, I've been like recruited in a very big firm. I also work as a consultant part-time. So I actually study, I work, and I play CS at the same time. So from time to time there are some conflicts. Now, my future is depending on how CS is going to be. You know, of course, I have some professional possibilities. CS:GO is becoming incredibly big, but as I told in the statement, I always managed to like get a free day or maybe delay an exam or something like this. I always found solutions, but for this time, for SLTV, sadly, it was impossible. Like on 22th of June, I was blocked 100%. That's the first time I actually prevented my team from going to a LAN. So I hope it will not happen anymore. But this time, yeah, there was basically no solution for me.
I imagine it has to take a toll on you just to juggle these three things, basically CS, work, and studying, and sometimes a girlfriend, I guess. So do you think that's a problem for you in CS? Do you think sometimes you just aren't stable enough to be able to compete at such a high level?
Well, I think that on a certain point I hold my team back because we tend to play a little bit less than the other teams because sometimes I have to work, sometimes I have an exam or something like this. But when Titan was built, actually when we came from LDLC with Apex and Kali back then, it was in the deal. Like they knew I was studying, they knew I was working, so it was either they agree with that or we can find something else, like another lineup or something like this. So everyone was agreeing about that, so there is absolutely no problem in the team, no tension, anything, no bad feelings.
Right.
But I personally think that we could be better if I had more time to invest in CSGO, and I could be better if I had enough time. I mean, my basic day is like wake up at 6 a.m., come back from work at 7, and then play at 7. I have no time for a demo or from some deathmatch session and stuff. So I think I could be better if I decided to go like full 100%. That's a question I will have to ask myself when I finish my master degree very soon, actually. But yeah, definitely think we have a step we can take if I could invest and give the team more time. Definitely.
All right, let's talk about DreamHack itself then. As I said, flip side, that was your first matchup. You won that in the overtime 4-2. So you had this pretty slow into the match. So why do you think that was?
It was as difficult as we thought. Actually, we knew that Flipside was that kind of team, picking up left and right, like trying to lose your mind. And you know, when you're playing on a big stage like this, the sound is difficult because there's like the crowd shouting, and sometimes the team speaks are not really good setup and stuff. So the beginning was really shaky from us. We didn't know if they were rushing A or B, if it was a fake, if it was 1 or 2 or 3 players.
Right.
So they utilized it very good, actually. They used the right cards, picked the right kills. I personally had a very bad beginning of the game, terrible actually. So we were lucky we could actually come back as CT and found some solution as T, because I think they could have destroyed us basically if we didn't have some rounds like Kenya's getting the double shot or something like this. I think we saved us from a very big trap. So now we have to focus on Fnatic, but props to Simple actually. He was crazy. He destroyed us single-handedly. That's what he does in the moment. He's so good. So I definitely think Flipside can surprise many teams at the moment.
Do you think it's hard for you to prepare against such a team, because Simple isn't allowed to play in the ESEA Pro League? Oh my God, that's such a hard name to pronounce. Anyway, it's so hard to really know what they're doing because they're not playing with Simple, which is basically as you said, he's the main guy for the team. So do you think it's hard to prepare for such a team?
But of course, it's more difficult to prepare for them than for Fnatic or Virtus.pro because we get to play against them every time and we see many demos from their actual lineup. Now, when Simple is in the game, basically their T side is very different because they allow him like 100% freedom, which is normal when you have a player at such a high level. So playing with Simple make it less predictable, like what they do, where they're gonna go, if he's gonna pick B or A or middle. So yeah, it's very difficult to read what they're gonna do. We just knew, as I told you, we just knew that they would go left and right trying to pick kills. That we knew, but above that, not really. So yeah, it's difficult. But if you want to be a very top team, you have to be ready for that. Even though you are not like you don't know exactly what's gonna happen, you have to figure out solutions live. That's what the best teams do actually.
And yeah, that's basically what you did, 5-10, and then you won in the overtime, even though it was really shaky, as you said, that 1v2 from KennyS and stuff. Anyway, now you have Fnatic right in front of you. What do you think that match is going to bring us?
I think that they are the biggest favorite, even though we can upset them from time to time, because we feel actually comfortable with the way they play, even though they can destroy us. But I think we understand how they think and how they see the game, so that makes it a little bit easier for us. But still, they are absolutely favorite. Best team in the world right now, nothing to say against that. Even though TSM is becoming stronger and stronger. I'm really happy about that. I'm happy for them. But yeah, they're favorite, we are underdog. We have nothing to lose basically. If we lose to Fnatic, it's okay. They destroy everyone apart from TSM at the moment. So that gives us an advantage. We have nothing to think about. Just play, try to surprise them, and see what happens. It's a best of one. The good part of a best of one is that the lower team can actually win. It's a little bit more difficult in the best of 3. So let's hope we get that best of 1 advantage and maybe we can surprise them.
Last question, basically. What do you think are your biggest problems right now? Because we've seen from KennyS that he has some drop-off in confidence because of the update. It really affected him. It's just his aggressive style of play is not that viable anymore just because it's hard to peak with the up or nowadays. So how do you think you can deal with that problem right now?
It's difficult. I'm not sure if I have the best solution in mind. It's not the case. We were like disadvantaged by the update in many ways. First, KennyS, his aggressive style was basically nerfed, so he had to cope with it. And also when Nuke disappeared, which was one of our good map, we had to prepare another map. So we had to focus on many things at the same time. And you know what happened normally when you focus on many things, that you lose contact with your game, with your basics. You know, you're trying to focus on this map, then this map, and you lose contact with what made you successful before. So I don't think there is the magic solution. We just need to keep on working, reduce the stupid mistakes we do from time to time, try to be more solid mentally with what we actually did here, because we could have gone like crazy because they were destroying us. We stayed focused as much as possible, so we have to go this way and just keep on working. For me, there is no secret in CSGO. The teams, of course, talent is a big part, but the teams that work the more and in the better way is actually the better team. So we just have to work, and we have the individuals that work for the team. So yeah, just about effort and investment, I think.
That's what I actually realized right now. Do you think you're moving away from the freedom that you gave before to KennyS, because he cannot peak as good as before right now? He obviously is very limited. Do you think Existence is trying to limit him a little bit more just because of that?
It's not about limiting the KennyS freedom, not at all. It's just about realizing that he's not maybe that high. He's still a very good player, but he's not at that peak where everybody was just like, okay, KennyS is the best player in the world. Maybe he's not at this state. So we have to figure out solutions, team solutions. We cannot just say like, KennyS, go just B, please have a peak, and then we're going to do a tactic. We have to find out tactic solutions, and that takes time. That takes more time than just saying, Kenny, you have to kill this guy, you know? It takes more effort. So yeah, we have to think a little bit more as a team and not as 5 players. But we understood this, I think, but we have still a long way to go, of course.
All right, that's pretty much it. Thanks for the interview very much. Do you have anything left to say, to add? Any shout-outs to fan sponsors?
But of course, thanks to Titan for the support. They've been pushing us even though we had some troubles and some bad times. That is, I think, very important with your relationship, with your structure. And thanks to the crowd. You've seen it's actually crazy for group stage. The crowd is actually full, and all the seats are taken, and the atmosphere is very electric. So I hope it's going to stay this way, and hope for a good tournament.
All right, that was the first interview of day one at Jönköping. So be sure to check out jltv.org for more content like this.